What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Marriage Lab. It is Coffee Sunday. Everybody's out of the house, so I figured I'd take this opportunity to let everyone know of a moment, a situation that I had in the past week. Now, I will say I'm really starting to sympathize with step parents. Seeing, having someone else's kids come to live with you, it's hard for me to turn off that, like, I want to teach moment, or I want to discipline per se, but not discipline in the form of like spanking or anything physical. My form of discipline, I think that I'm best at, and I would say a lot of healthy, level-minded, well-grounded men are very good at is teaching hard lessons, hard moments, which is pretty much my topic for today, which is why men are needed to teach proper respect and discipline. Discipline meaning being able to stick with something or understanding something past just a surface level, but really being able to dig deep into those moments. Anyway, if you guys think you're going to enjoy this topic, then please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I talk about topics like this very often. I try to put more videos up, but with working so much overtime, almost 60 hours a week, it takes up a lot of my time. So I try to do this definitely when I have the opportunity. So why men are needed to teach proper respect. And just as I kind of said earlier, is those teachable moments. I think teachable moments are one of the most undervalued, misinterpreted, and not taken moments in anybody's life, and especially a child. Children don't remember things very long other than teachable moments. I can still remember back to when I was a kid. There's things, little things that I did that didn't seem big to a parent or to an adult, but there's just little things that I remember that I will probably never do again. But it's because it was that quick, like, this is wrong, correct yourself type of moment. It really stuck with me throughout life. And even though I still mess up, I'm human, I try to maintain those things. So I think one of the biggest lessons that I like to teach is allowing kids, or not necessarily teach, but is to allow kids to learn from their mistakes. There's a lot of situations now where kids are being told, no, it's okay, you didn't do anything wrong, blah, 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 blah. And I just don't agree with that. I think it's best to ground your child now than it is to wait for them to learn that hard lesson when they're older. Right now is the time for kids to be making mistakes, to go, hurting themselves and doing things that aren't necessarily safe. And of course, as a parent, you do want to maintain a certain level of understanding and safety when it comes to these moments. But I am really hard on it. And you could ask my wife. My thing is, let them do it. Let them go. Let them do whatever it is that they're trying to do, because at the end of it, they're going to learn a lesson. And when they learn that lesson, me telling them will only go so far. But a kid doing it themselves and then feeling what it feels like for something like that to happen to them is completely different. Let's say fighting, for instance. I say let them do it. Go ahead, have at it, right? Because my understanding is you are going to understand and respect somebody's space and boundaries better by knowing what it feels like for a certain thing to happen to you. The example I gave my wife, if my daughter kicks her cousin in the leg, right? Her cousin's probably going to kick her back, and it's going to hurt. But then she's going to know, I don't like being kicked. Yeah, they may go at it and start kicking each other a little bit more, but then that's the moment where you say, okay, they're going to come to you crying. And what do? You don't spank them. That's not right. Spanking them to tell them that it's wrong to kick somebody. I don't think that's proper. I think the proper thing is to sit them down and ask them how they felt. You're allowing your kids to think about how their actions affected somebody else, right? And it's not just, oh, it's okay, Billy. No, we don't do that. We sit them down, and this is the exact scenario that I would go through. I would sit down with my daughter and her cousin, and I would say, what's wrong? So-and-so kicked me. Well, you kicked me first, and blah, 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 blah. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay. Somebody kicked somebody, and then somebody kicked back. Did it hurt? Yes. Okay. And we don't like being kicked, right? No. Okay. So if you don't like being kicked and you don't want somebody to kick you, why would you kick someone else? I don't know. Okay. We'll sit there for a minute and think about whether or not you want to be kicked and why it's not right to kick somebody else. Do you want that person to feel like you feel right now? No. Okay. Take a second, time out, and think about it. And then come back and tell me what you learned. Boom. Very teachable moment. Straight, direct to the point. Don't linger on why it's not right and blah, 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 blah. Kids aren't going to listen. You need a couple good sentences so they understand what they're thinking about. Give them 2 minutes to think about what they did. Once they come to you and they say whether they understand it or not, you reiterate what you said before. Is it okay to kick somebody? No. Do you like being kicked? No. Okay, so next time somebody upsets you, you know you shouldn't kick them, right? Because now you understand how it feels to be kicked. That's even making me hype thinking about it. That is the best thing for a kid, allowing them to think and learn their own lessons. That's what this time is for. Don't make it bigger than it needs to be. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to keep this one short. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. If you guys enjoyed this little lesson, I say start to implement it with your own kids. For males out there, the guys, the dads, if you guys are struggling or having any issues with, not getting upset or not getting angry or frustrated, like, I talk about in another video, counseling really helped me. If you guys are, I don't know if you're afraid of counseling. I know I was. I didn't go to counseling for like 7 years, and then I finally went. Reach out to me, put down in the comments, DM or whatever, however you can get in contact with me. Comments are probably going to be the easiest way, but let's talk about it. I think counseling's great. It definitely scared me when I first went through it, but as men, that's our job, to go and make things better for us so we can make things better for our families and our communities.